Hey guys, talking about boots today. When I did the video for the Bog footwear, by the way, a little dirty, but holding up really great. A few days after I did that video, I had mentioned that I saw the Danners. Well, I decided to go get them. These are the Danner Rough Out Hot Weather boots. Couple reasons. I had some work boots that were getting pretty tired, is the best word for them, and I still love my Solos. Hands down, mountaineering, best boots I've ever owned. The problem I have with the Solos is I don't want to wear them for the occasional day hike, for stomping around. I hesitate to wear these because it's a kind of a pain in the butt to get them resoled. They're not going to have the same tread or rubber compound, and these need to be cleaned up because we just took them out the other day, and it's actually kind of been rainy and warm here, so they're a little muddy still. But I really don't want to wear these out any sooner than they need to be, and I didn't buy a second pair of those, and so those are kind of reserved for the days when I got over 35 pounds in my pack. Those are the days when we're not just going out for even an overnighter. Unless specifically I know that I'm going to a very rocky or rooted area. I used to wear these in Seattle quite a bit because a lot of even the shorter day hikes, there's a lot of erosion and rocks, and especially just the roots. The paths get worn down and there's little roots sticking out. Well, any sort of light hiker or tennis shoe, the balls of your feet, the bottoms of your feet are just going to be sore. The soles aren't stiff enough to brace that, and that root will impact and push in, and you can see on these guys you can't do that. So I've worn them more than I probably wanted to, even for day hikes in Seattle. So with the fact that I didn't really want to wear my workout boots, my shop boots around the desert, I wanted to get another pair. Now originally I was looking for Bates. Couldn't find them any locally, and I've spoken about my distaste for internet ordering. I still do it, but for clothing and especially boots, something that's going to be on your feet, I want to feel it, I want to touch it, I want to know how it feels on my feet. The specs on this, let's see. The exact boot is the Desert TFX Rough Out Hot. This is a 13. It's a double E. They didn't have the D, but I actually have a broken toe from high school football, and it doesn't sit down. I never went to the hospital and had it fixed, so it sort of healed funny. But so is life. And these boots are fantastic. In fact, if you could see me, I'm actually in my socks right now. I had to take the boots off to do this video. Now Danner is an Oregon company. These boots are not made in Oregon, however. A lot of people will probably be distasteful with that. It's a hit or miss with me. Really has to depend on the item. If you were to give this to somebody, they would never know. The quality check on Danner is really what, if the quality wasn't there, I wouldn't have bought them anyway. But these are imported. They still make plenty of their boots in Portland. In fact, the intermediate one, I believe that a lot of the Marines are issued, has a Gore-Tex in here. Those are still made in the U.S. These are, forgive me, I wasn't in the service, so I don't know the exact rating, I guess they call it, but these are certified for military use. Obviously, you can't wear any footwear you want. It has to be a certified footwear, and these are, and I think that was probably one of the primary reasons. A lot of people are wearing these over in Afghanistan and Iraq, and I think the demand was simply too much for the Portland production, and so in order to keep up demands or have somebody go to somewhere else, it became an imported item. The intermediate run is not the tan. It's a little bit different boot. You can go to the website. I think it's just danner.com. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, Danner, D-A-N-N-E-R, danner.com. And they'll say on their site whether imported or made in the United States. They do have a version exactly like this. It's a little bit more money that has the Gore-Tex liner. I've actually worn these quite a bit, even when it was really cold out. I thought maybe I was going to have to put on extra socks or something. This being a hot weather boot, I wasn't sure how comfortable they'd be in the cold. And really what it comes down to is their fantastic liner that they have. Really wicks the moisture away. It's very comfortable. Hands down, like I said, I've been wearing these everywhere. The tread is an interesting tread, if you can see that. It doesn't seem to hold any dirt, which I really like. The one downside with the bogs I've noticed is if I come in from muddy or dirty area that's a little bit damp, they will tend to hold little dirt clods and release them around the house. This trug design or lug design seems pretty good. The boots aren't quite as slick resistant as the bogs, as I found out in the ice and stuff. With the bogs, the design on the bottom, again, this isn't really a bog review, but this tiny little siping and smaller tread really allows you to get good traction when it's icy out. And I did notice that I slid around a little bit when I wore these out in the snow and the ice. The only thing I've noticed so far is, looks like initial wear, if you can see that. Some of the metal is darkening the edge here. That really doesn't affect me too much. It would be nice if they introduced, this is what they call the speed lock system. You should be able to pull this and it pulls all the other ones tight. They're boots, so they're not easy on, easy off or anything. With the hiking boots, one nice thing that a Solo did is they actually have small wheels on pins, and so they actually slide and ride through there quite nicely. And then of course you have the first locking lug. With hiking boots, you really need to be able to adjust the tension above the foot and the ankle separately to get an accurate boot. So with these, you gotta, put up with that. But hands down, man, comfortable boots. I'll put in a couple of pictures and stuff, but this isn't really an initial review. I've had these since my initial bog review, and just love them to death. Sturdy. I love the rough out leather. You can't use traditional waxes or anything on the rough outside. You got to use kind of a spray. I'm just trying to keep them brushed of the loose dirt and stuff on there, but you can see there's a little wear and scuff marks and stuff, but holding up really good. Haven't had a single issue, any stitching, any pulling. You can yank these things on. It's got a really thick leather strap on the back, so I mean you can pull that sucker to get it on if you need to. Comfortable inserts, and can't say enough about them. It is not a steel toe, but it's fairly stiff toe box. But man, if you haven't had the pleasure of trying on some Danners, see if they're around. I wouldn't recommend buying any boots off the internet, no matter what brand they are or what the deal is, unless you've had them before. But you can guarantee I'm going to go buy probably a second pair of these just to have and stow away for a rainy day, because they're just that kind of boot. I haven't had any heavy packs on these, so we'll have to test that down the road. But so far, I absolutely love them.